Okay, boys. Here we will look at the answers the developers have given about the questions people ask them. So they have a lot of stuff in here. Let's check it out what they have to say about what people ask. Stephen is one of the people that work in there, and Glenn is the lead game designer, something like he's the main person behind balance patches and stuff like that. So let's see what they have to say. What's the goal with these 5x cubes for hitting a new rank? Remember that they are now giving us more cubes when we get to our new rank. Is it for one win? Can anyone help explain if they have any more knowledge? Currently, when you hit a new rank tier, rank 60 or rank 70, you receive 10 bonus cubes, which gives 1 bonus rank. The new change gives 50 bonus cubes. I believe we already know how this works because we have been playing with this for a while now. Are current and upcoming locations an indicator for future card releases? Like, for example, Sokovia, Moon Knight, Worship, Galactus. I have also noticed that some cards are a tweaked version of a location. For example, New York only on turn 6 and Cloak next turn. There's a lot of overlap on fun and exciting space that we can implement, sometimes with minor changes, as you note, on both cards and locations. So it's certainly a thing. That said, we don't really go seeking it out, just knowing when we find it. I agree with this. I believe this is a cool response. And talking about locations and cards, I would like Kingpin to be the same as the 5th tower. But maybe it will be too overpowered. I don't know. Check this out to clarify about the ticket system about Conquest. Let's see. Conquest mod clarifications. We earn tickets to the next league on a series win, but is the next league then unlocked forever, or do we spend our ticket for one chance at competing in the next league? If I lose in gold, do I have to win in silver again to try in gold again? Tickets are spent for each conquest run. But he doesn't specify how a run ends, because if a run ends with a loss, then it is stupid. But if the run never ends until I win 3 consecutive times, then it is fine. That is a thing. Are you satisfied with the Silver Surfer balance adjustment? Is the card now in the spot you'd want to see in terms of peak win cube rate? Anecdotally, I don't see the card anywhere, which is sad for a former season pass card in my opinion. Surfer has appeared in our top 10 decks a few times this month, so I am tentatively satisfied that we are at least close to a good spot. He's particularly vulnerable to a couple popular decks, so that's also a factor to weigh. So they are satisfied apparently. I'll be honest, I don't see a lot of Silver Surfer either, but I don't believe it is because he sucks or he's weak. It is because right now the meta game is dominated by Thanos and Shuri, so they don't leave a space for anything else. But for the tweak they made to the Silver Surfer, I believe it was the best they could do. Maybe giving a 3-3 if you want to buff him. But I believe he's cool. Are we still getting the first edition feature for cards unlocked before the pull drop? Yes. Okay, that is obvious. Cards that have not been used much since nerf, like Angela Mysterio destroyed Silver Surfer, have any thoughts of rollback? We, especially I, monitor all of these cards for balance improvements, agnostic of whether they've been previously adjusted. I like that philosophy. We don't care about that, we care about the now. Everything that matters is the present, brother. The specific cards you listed are actually all doing fine, though I am looking forward to continuing to iterate on our approach to balance in the coming months. Okay, I like that response. What else could he say? I thought we were getting Thanos and the Stones animation this patch, since it was broken last patch. Any idea on when we are getting it? There was no patch, it was a season rollover. Patch will be later this month. So we hope the animation will come with the patch. But what happens is they will nerf Thanos, and then you will have the animation, but you won't be playing Thanos that much, so you won't see the animation that much. How long does it take to release these first edition badges? Another example of something that should take no time at all, but it's taking forever. Exactly, brother. They are taking months. They announced the first edition badge like 2 months ago, and they aren't in the game yet. How hard can it be to put a fucking icon or an emote or something on a card, brother? My game, bro. Oh, it makes me laugh because maybe I am stupid and I don't know how game development works, but at the same time, it is insane to me that you can just put a batch on a card, brother, in like a week or something. I was just looking at the news for the new season and saw Kitty Pryde was a 1-2 in the news feed, but in the season video, she was a 1-0. And she's a 1-0. Okay, yes, because they adjusted it was a 1-2 before, when you could get it to your hand and play her again, but she didn't get power. Now she's a 1-0, but she gets power when you do the bouncing. So this is better. Of course, this is better. What is the team's current sentiments towards the way that patches and season rollover line up? By that, I am talking about having the new card battle pass, then followed by a potential balance patch. Some players are feeling frustrated or not very excited for the new card, since the same strong decks from the last meta are still very prominent. Are there any plans to have the balance patches line up with season rollover to give the new card some breathing room? I like this question. The person that asked this question is really smart. He's a cool dude. Because yes, brother, we start a new season and it doesn't fucking matter. You continue playing the same shit that you were playing last season. So you feel like nothing changed, because nothing did. And it is fucking stupid. We want the new season to be exciting, and the new card is not enough. The new season should start with a patch, with a balanced patch. I have not read the answer that they gave, but I am telling you right now, it is better if you do the season rollover with a balance patch at the same time. We're waiting a few things, including how much is too much when it comes to changing the game for players and adapting to new information. Brother, nobody cares about this shit. Nobody is overwhelmed with the amount of changes. In fact, the opposite is happening. People are seeing too few changes, and people get bored of not seeing a change in this shit. I promise you, you can do twice as much and it wouldn't be nearly too much. It wouldn't be near to too much, my dude. You can duplicate or triplicate the amount of shit you are doing right now, and nobody would be overwhelmed, my dude. I promise you. There will be adjustments to how we distribute balance patches in the future. Of course, the typical non-answer. But I promise you, it is not too much, motherfucker. You can do this shit with the rollover of the season. I promise you, people will be happy. In fact, let me tell you this. You wouldn't need twice as much balance patches. You can do the same one you are doing right now. Just line it up with the season. And people will respond better, because that way they are excited for the new season, and they will start to understand that towards the end of the season things grow stale, but they will be happy because, well, now the new season will start and everything is gonna change. But right now, since they are not aligned and you drop the balance patch in the middle of the season, people are not excited for the restart of the season, because at the point the season restart, the meta was already figured out. So nobody is excited about the restart of the season. Imagine that. You can do the same amount of work you are doing right now, but line it up with the restart of the season and you will see better results. I promise you, brother. They basically use CBA. I want to know why the only way to know the artist of the card is when you actually own it. What's the point of that restriction? I didn't even know that, brother. I didn't even know that, and I agree with you 100%. How will Negasonic Teenage Warhead work? Will her ability hit before or after the next card is revealed? Is this a way to hit cards before their abilities happen? Negasonic destroys a card after it's been revealed, and of course that means the unreveal will happen. Is there a possibility that you can add a feature that you can trade in unwanted variants for collector tokens, and based on the rarity of the card, the amount of tokens you get? Let me tell you right away, they are never ever going to do that. No plans to do this at this time. Of course, of course. In general, our philosophy is we do not want players to destroy their collection. And they say this like it is some kind of benevolent thing they have. It isn't. At some point in the future, we do want to address collection bloat, but that will most likely be something more like archiving, I don't know, cards, splits you have earned but don't want them distracting you in your normal collection view. They are never going to give you a DOS system or some bullshit like that where you can trade the stuff for stuff you do want. They are never ever going to do that, brother. Do you have any plan to add animation to the rest cards which don't have their own card animation? Yes, we got an amazing VFX crew that's jamming on FX for new cards and locations. That is cool. I like that because I have complemented this aspect of the game. This is the card game that I played where playing cards feel the best, brother, because every card, even before you play them, when you are moving them around, a lot of cards have an animation, and when they are played, they do something. It is really satisfying playing cards in this game. I like it. I like it a lot. So if they are continue to improve on that, I am happy with that. How can you read that small as text, brother? I have to do it, right? Because, oh, well, I suppose I could do this, but I did it either way. I'm curious as to the percentage of players mostly only playing when missions are available. If you guys are happy with it, and if there are plans on changing, updating the cache rewards, or adding some crates to battles or anything pertaining to the reward system getting injected with game balancing resources. And of course, this is a good question, by the way, because he's asking about the engagement metrics. Is people only playing if they have missions, or if they don't have missions, they don't play? And they just answer, we'll share more soon. So it is a non-answer. We don't know shit. When are we getting a Thanos animation for having completed the quest to play all the Stone and Thanos in the same game? Yes, it will be in the next patch. Is there any new card in the future will have a voice like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America when the card be played? Yeah, we're exploring adding more VO to the game in the coming year. It takes us a bit to get new lines as we localize all of our VO in a ton of languages. So I understand that part. I understand that. Is there a secondary step of something similar to what Tian mentioned in the works potentially to pair with this ranked test? Can we expect, they say shedding here, we have no plans to do the full reset at this time because our hypothesis is that it will be a demotivating experience for many folks. Overall, our goal is to make rank mode fun for as many folk as we can while maintaining Infinite as something special to hit. We also Infinite is not something special to hit right now, brother. It isn't. Nobody cares. We also want to improve the post-Infinite experience for the most skilled players. This is cool. And we already read what they are planning to do. Can we expect the balance updates to be more frequent? We have balance updates in the works. We ran into some issues with our ability to OTA than the past few weeks. This happens every meta though. Some folks love it and some hate it. We have to find the right cadence to drop balance updates that isn't too frequent for most players but keeps the more engaged players on their toes. Again, I already said it. If you double the amount of balance patches that you have right now, it would still not be too frequent. Nobody would care, brother. And if you do it with buffs instead of nerfs, moreover, imagine you have, instead of one patch a month, 2 patches a month, and one of them is for nerfs and one of them is for buffs. Or you do both things on both of them. Why not? Nobody would complain. Nobody would say everything changes too fast. Not a single fucking person will do that, brother. Because right now you have a lot of complaining because the last balance patch you did was the ones where you buffed Thanos. So we are like in the same meta for 2 fucking months and people hate it, brother. Because that is the thing. If you do the balance patch and you balance the wrong stuff, it is even worse, and we have to wait another month for you to fix this stupid balance patch that you did. And that is what happened this month with Thanos, by the way. They make unnecessary changes as well, like 1 point nerf for Nova. Oh yes, exactly. Sometimes the 1 point I agree with, but a lot of times it is just stupid. What's the thing you guys are most excited about that's coming soon? Could be known to us or not. I'm super pumped about a lot of the things we are doing right now, between ranked mode changes, token and token shop changes, a new competitive mode, and our full PC release. There is a ton to get hyped over. Brother, I like the competitive mode, the full PC release, and the ranked mode changes. I am on board with those. But the token changes are whatever. You are not really improving that shit. We already read all they are planning to do with that, and it is not great. It is not bad either. Don't get me wrong. It is an improvement, but it is not a solution. Are Quake, Baron Mordo in above watchlist? They're kinda fun but so inconsistent it makes them difficult to justify being in a deck for ranked play. Any chance Mordo gets adjusted to function like Iceman? Stay tuned, we will have announcement in this bin in the coming months. So a non-answer, and he doesn't even say coming weeks, he say in the coming months. So we have to wait months to know if Quake and Baron Mordo will ever be playable. Oh, this is great. This is fucking great. Don't fucking kidding me, dude. With this cadence of one new card each week, you want support this game 10 plus years. Brother, this person doesn't know how to write, and I am not even a native English speaker, and I know this. My question is, how many ideas for new cards do you have? I know there are thousands of characters in Marvel Universe, but each card have unique abilities, and I am afraid that there is no possibility to make more new hundreds cards with unique abilities. That is because you lack imagination, brother. There is infinite possibilities of cards you could implement in the game if you think outside the box. So I am not worried about that. You'd be surprised is the answer of Glenn. Of course, that is a good answer. That is a good answer. He could elaborate more, like saying, oh, of course we have stuff to do, but it is fine. My phone did something, right? My camera did something. Let me check this out. Apparently it is cool. Apparently it is cool. Okay. Are there any plans to fix Valkyrie so that she affects cards like Null and Onslaught? Or was she never intended to set the power of those cards to 3? She does set their power to 3. For Onslaught, that's that. But for Null, yes, apparently this person doesn't know what Onslaught does. But for Null, she doesn't remove his ability, so he will add more power on top of any power he's set to if there were any destroyed cards in the game. And yes, of course. And I agree completely. So she isn't meant to diminish Null power. Of course not. Many games offer a similar deal of a year-long premium bundle to otherwise monthly things like battle passes at a discount of some sort for players who were already essentially going to likely spend every month on it anyway. Will Snap do something similar? It's been on our backlog for a while. We will do this eventually. No EDA when at this time. Of course, nothing has an EDA. We don't fucking know. We are just 3 dudes doing this shit. Can we eventually buy the season pass with gold? No plans to make this change at this time. Of course not, because that will make that people can buy the shit with gold and the gold can be earned free to play. They aren't going to give you the season pass for free. Are you stupid? They are never going to do that, brother. They want you to pay money for the shit. Hello, I am a senior game design. Oh, this is asking for jobs or whatever. I'd love to be able to choose individual cards border once unlocked and toggle the usage of normal base background on off so that one can have the normal non-foil background with the sparkle effects. Any news on that? That background toggle idea sounds cool. We're playing around with the idea of further customization, so no EDA yet, but it's on the radar. Of course, no EDA, of course. What were you expecting, brother? This is just me being nosy, but I was curious what does summer internship have. It's been almost 5 months since the global release. Do you know when and how the beta content, season pass, ranked cards bags will be available to us? This is a good question. I want the Hydra card back, brother. We're still working on a cool plan for this. We appreciate everyone's patience. We are having a lot of patience with you guys. Everything takes a long time. Third-party deck tracking is nothing new. You guys know Hearthstone Replay and their deck tracker for Hearthstone Well, I want to use one for a snap. I saw many posts about people getting suspended for using some third-party tracker, and I think it would be nice to know what's your position on that subject, but I couldn't find any clear answer. So what's the official position on third-party tracker, and which one are okay to use? Thank you. Anything that takes actions within the client or alters the client is a suspenseful action. So the OnTapGG we use to know what cards are there doesn't matter, because you are not interfering with the client. You are just seeing the same stuff. You can take a pencil, a paper, and write it out, you know. So we are fine with OnTapGG. Just don't install something that can mess up with the client, brother, and you will be fine. Is the pool that random cards are drawn from using cards such as Nick Fury, Agent 13X weighted? For example, using Nick Fury, Galactus might appear less than a card like She-Hulk. It's random, no weighted distribution. Okay, that is cool to know. Will the upcoming balance patch only address Thanos and Shuri decks, or will other balance adjustments be included as well? This is a good question. They say there are more adjustments than just those two decks. That is cool to know. I hope the patch shakes up the meta very well. Token Shop has a card I already have. What happens if I buy it again? Just got Hazmat from Collector's Reserve while she was already in the Token Shop. What's supposed to happen if I buy her in the Token Shop as well? Do I just get her booster, or does it cancel my request? If you leave the shop and go back, it will show as claim. If you try to buy it, it should show an error out and not take your currency. However, with all this said, don't buy it again. So you are not sure. It could happen that you are screwing over, brother. But yes, why would you try to buy it? You already have it. Don't risk it, brother. Don't risk it. Were the mission shop rollover times meant to be pushed an hour later because of daylight savings? By the way, my stuff also got delayed by daylight savings by 1 hour. The game is based off of UTC, not US East or West, so it does not honor daylight savings changes. Okay. Will Battle Pass season catches ever be buffed? Tired of getting boosters every time. It's on my list to redesign the post-level 50 season pass experience, but no EDA right now. This is the most, brother, you should change Second Dinner to no EDA. That is the name of your company. No EDA right now. I wonder if someone very active played since launch and also spending a lot of money on all bundles, they will collect a lot of regular variants, the one worth 700 in gold. I don't know why these people don't read their questions after they send them, brother. What will happen if such person collect all available variants at some points? Player that reaches this point and open a mystery variant receive 200 gold as the fallback reward. Yes, if you collect every single variant in the game and you open a box that was going to contain a variant, they give you 200 gold. It is less than the 700 gold that a variant costs, but you already have every fucking variant, and if you reach that point, you are insane, my dude. You need to go see a psychiatrist. I remember back in the summer, Road mentioned a booster scene. It's been 9 months since then. Are they still planned? Yes, we still have one in mind. It is a lower priority than other things like competitive mode, ranked mode improvements, token improvements, PC, etc. I agree that we need this, and I also agree that it is a lower priority. But I also see that they always say, oh, we have this thing first so we can give time to that. But you aren't giving me this either, brother. You aren't giving me shit. Can you be more specific and share details before the patch, or the changes are not full locked in and you can't say anything right now? For example, the cash prices in the stores will stay the same or will be lower, etc. More info will be in our oncoming blog that comes out in the next week or so. We already read that. You can check out that video, brother. I recognize this probably needs some diplomacy when you're potentially complaining about your own game, but I'm curious. Who hates the current meta? What cards infuriate you? How do you keep your own frustrations out of the balanced discussions? Or do you include them in the discussions? Do you ever see an interaction you didn't account for and think, oh no, how do we change this without upsetting half the player base? My group of friends complain about cards that are dominating them all the time. Do you guys have the same kinds of conversations in the office? Do you validate your annoyance with the data before bringing them up in a balanced meeting? I like this question. This is a good fucking question. Please give me a good answer. This is an interesting question. I can speak for myself here at least. I barely hit gold every season. I don't hate the ladder because I am not a competitive player here. I'm not trying to hit infinite. One thing I do hear quite a bit though internally when we talk about things like this is, as a player I have these feelings, and as a dev I have these feelings. So we try to separate those experiences and emotions. We see the full picture, so I know I try to separate both sides while being aware of both sides. Especially as a UX designer, I don't know what that shit is. I can't speak to user experience, I believe that is user experience. I can't speak too much on the balanced conversation since I don't take part on those most of the time, but our team does discuss this stuff weekly. Then a person that works on the balanced conversation should have responded to this shit, because that is what we care about. So this is a non-answer to an awesome question, and this isn't the fault of Daniela, by the way. She answered the best that she could, brother. Why do certain seasons have more or less cards released? For example, Sabu season had 5 new cards, Silver Surfer Modok season had 5 new cards. Because some seasons have 5 weeks and some seasons have 4 weeks. Are you stupid? What is that question, dude? I'm not even going to read the answer. Who had the final say when it comes to which variants gets in the game? When variants gets in the game, what decides is here? Rare, super rare, ultimate. This is a collaboration between a variety of folks at Second Dinner. In general, it's a conversation between our design, product, and our team to come up with the best strategy for releasing new variants. So this is a non-answer. Just fuck you. We aren't going to tell you what is our decision-making process. Yay, it takes about 6 months to see any improvements or information. Look, exactly, anime is life, brother. Exactly. Proofreading is hard, brother. So one of the workers don't even hit infinite, but they want most of the player base to hit infinite. Well, that is like, let them be. Not everyone on the team has to hit infinite. And of course, they want to encourage people to try to get infinite so they are engaged with the game, right? So that is not a big deal. But what I do want is that they use their experience playing the game at every rank and use that experience to improve the game. Because, and this is the thing, if they are playing the game, they are experiencing the same problems that we are complaining about. So these motherfuckers are experiencing the same problems firsthand and are not fixing them purposely. What is this shit? Are cards ever change because of popular demand? Even if the card is balanced according to the data you see, I know you all read tons of player feedbacks on cards, but does that feedback ever become the primary reason for change? It's not a very realistic scenario that a card and all of its decks will be balanced, but the player base will have major frustration with it. But in such a hypothetical scenario, we will certainly be monitoring the card, of course, because they know if everyone is complaining about this card, there is something happening in there, and they have to take a look at what is happening in there. But generally the answer is no. The primary role of player feedback in balancing is adding context to the data we're seeing. Data tells us what's going wrong. Players tell us how they feel about it, and we examine both to find solutions will be satisfying. And I agree with this in a part, but I also think this is stupid in part. So yes, you should take data into consideration, because sometimes the player has a feeling that is not backed up by the data, and the data shows a completely different reality, and we are just complaining because of our own perception. I understand this, and I agree that he needs to look at the data to confirm the bias the player has. The problem here is when you are too focused on the data and you are thinking, oh, everything is fine because the data tells us that everything is fine, while 99% of your player base is complaining. Sometimes the data conflicts with what the player is feeling, and your goal is not to cater to the data. Your goal is to cater to the player, motherfucker. So yes, I agree in part, but you have also to remember that your primary goal is to make the player happy. And if 99% of the player base is complaining and the data doesn't go in line with what the players are complaining, it doesn't matter. What matters is what the player is saying. But I understand that you need to take data into consideration, as we already stated, brother. Of course. Are you guys satisfied with the state of this type of cards? Should another 1 and 2 drops be bought for them to see more play? He doesn't even say what the cards are. The variation is better than you described, but there's plenty of room to improve. We have some solutions we like, and you're here. I didn't understand what happened in there. Does the team plan on doing any type of nerfs compensation for players who use tokens to buy exclusive Series 4 and 5 cards before major nerfs? I will like that the goal of the balance thing is to find healthy places for cards to land and thrive, whether it's a big bat or not. We want you to be happy with your cards. If we make a change that too dramatically impacts the win queue play rates of a card, we'll consider above once that proves out. Of course, this is the question he's going to give you. He's not going to give you a refund because they already said that in the shit that they are never going to offer refunds, so there is no compensation. And I want them to nerf or buff cards if it is necessary without thinking about the economy implications, because the gameplay is the first thing that matters, brother. Do you have especially increased dropout of pixel variants in game? Why do all players sell only then 90% of drop? They are going to tell you that pixel doesn't drop more, brother. Of course not. But you perceive that they drop more because there are more pixel variants. Pixel variants do not have an increased drop rate compared to, of course, this is obvious. It bothers me that you folks have spent so much time, money and effort on designing all of these gorgeous cards, and then I only play with a third of them. The others are just gathering dust. Are you looking into adding more game modes to show those cards some love? We have a variety of things on the horizon to increase how many cards are played. Stay tuned. Of course, what the fuck else could he say? The only thing that was left out of this message was no EDA right now. If we live in a different reality, which Marvel character does Second Dinner consider to potentially be the best Marvel Snap player? Professor X is pretty messed off. Exactly, he always knows what you are going to play, unless you have the helmet. So Magneto could be good, or the Juggernaut. Are there plans to add animations to existing cards that currently don't have any? From the top of my head, there's Munger, Sauron, Black Bolt, Agent Coulson, and others that just do their thing without much aplomb. I know we would love for all cards to have animations. We're currently prioritizing cards that really need animations to explain what they do. Okay, I agree with that. Any chance we can get a sword by artist filter? This is good. I want this to be able to filter by Dan Heap. We'd love to be able to filter only see my Dan Heap variants. Exactly. We definitely want to improve search, sword, and filter in the future. Being able to search variants and artists is something I would like as well. So again, a non-answer. This is a cool idea and we want to do it, but no EDA right now. 3 basic questions here. Will pins be maintained through the update? The weekly spotlight section will disappear after the card is purchased. Will the Series 3 carousel disappear if I am Series 3 complete? Does each section have its own pin? Pins will be maintained. Series 3 section minimizes itself when you have already claimed your free Series 3 card or none are available to claim. The Series 4, 5 and Ultimate variant sections both have their own separate pin. There is no pin for the weekly spotlight or Series 3 shop. Okay, this is basically how you would suppose it works, but it is cool to have the clarification. I had a question regarding the token shop revamp and current pinned cards, specifically about ultimate variants. I have the nullified Thor variant pinned in my shop. I was wondering if it will get unpinned or disappear with the token shop revamp, as I'm not sure if I'll be able to get 5k tokens to buy it before the revamp. If you kept Thor pinned until the token shop revamp update, Thor will show up pinned in your ultimate variant section. This is good to know. I know we haven't gotten much information about them at all, but it's something I've been curious about, and I'm sure others interested in the badges are too. Yes, first edition badges will apply to variants and a split of cards you earned first edition on. And you are still developing a fucking badge after 2 fucking months. Stupid. In the announcement, you say that all players not Series 4 and 5 complete will get more tokens, but the details shows no way of Series 3 complete players getting more tokens. Do you have plans for Series 3 complete players to acquire more tokens or not, as the announcement is conflicting? The drop rate for 200, 600 increases from 22% to 25% for Series 3 complete players. This is roughly a 7% increase in token end rate for Series 3 complete players. So it is nothing. We don't give a fuck about 7%. It is not noticeable. We won't give a fuck. We don't care. We won't even feel it. So yes, you did nothing for Series 3 complete players. I am happy for non-Series 3 complete players that they are getting more tokens. They need them. Good change. Congratulations. But you did nothing for Series 3 complete players. And let me tell you, it fucking sucks. I've been Series 3 complete since December or something like that. And it is stupid. You get nothing. And it is infuriating and frustrating. If I didn't make content for this game, I don't even know if I would be still playing this shit, because you don't give me cards, motherfucker. I am not excited about new cards. Nobody cares about the new cards. It is still stupid after you complete Series 3. In fact, it is more stupid. The best Angel variant belongs to the most hated card in the game right now, Lich. Oh yes, that Lich variant is fucking beautiful. If the chops are gonna go separate pool 3 chop and pool 4 and 5, will my Galactus be on pin right now in this current chop system since the chops are splitting up in the next update? Your Galactus should stay pinned. By the way, I talk too much with effort, you know, with my diaphragm, and my abs are starting to hurt, like for the effort, you know, that like talking like this. I should be more chill out, more relaxed, but that would be boring. No one wants to hear a dude, oh yeah, one thing we noticed with the introduction, you want to hear the dude going at the shit. One thing we noticed with the introduction of friendly battles is that they don't count towards our dailies. With Conquest being an alternate competitive environment, can we finish our dailies in there, or do we also have to hop on the main ladder every day? Yes, you can complete missions and gain boosters in Conquest, of course. Every aspect of the game where you are going competitive, it should complete the missions. Is your region locked only for friendly battle or the normal matchmaking battle, or both? Normal matchmaking for now. Global matchmaking is in development on our latest roadmap posted today. Friendly battles currently uses global matchmaking. Yes, we know this, and brother, we need global matchmaking for the main game because this helps with queue times. Will there still be an option to buy Series 3 cards in Chop after changing Chop? Or will there be only one free card and it will not be possible to buy Series 3 cards no more? Series 3 isn't available for tokens anymore. Something that is important to note in here, I already said that the rate of acquisition is the same because you get 1k tokens a month. That translates to 1 Series 3 card a month. They are now giving you the 1 Series 3 card for free, so now you don't spend the 1k tokens and you still get the card. So it is the same bullshit. But I was not thinking about the topic that this is bad for whales. For people that spend money on the game, this is bad, because before you could whale out, get a lot of collector reserves, get tokens from the reserves, and then spend those tokens on getting Series 3 cards. Now you won't be able to do that. So if you are not spending tokens on Series 3 cards, then nothing changes for you. Everything is the same. In fact, it is better. But if you are wailing to get Series 3 faster, now you can't do that for tokens. You can do it for just reserves. You get more reserves and you get more cards, of course. Is your region locked only for where I read that? I am Series 3 complete. A Series 4 to Series 3 drop occurs and I don't have one of the cards. Would I be able to claim it once it drops to Series 3 if I never use my free monthly choice? Yes, you will. That is cool to know because I am Series 3 complete and I want when the cheat drops to get my card for free and then I get something else in the box, you know. Will it be a pick your own from the list, or does it function essentially like how it was? New card every 8 hours, except it's now completely segregated between Series 3 and 4, 5 and Ultimate variants. Functions similar to now where it rotates every 8 hours with each type separated except for the newly released catch, which will hold its spot for its release week. The Series 4, 5 and Ultimate sections will have their own. So yes, they will give you the Series 3 for free once a month, but these motherfuckers are giving you another section with another rotating choke for 8 hours. Brother, let people be happy and just choose the fucking card. Why is it so hard? You are already making them wait one whole fucking month. Why add on top of that red rotation of the shop? Are you a stupid motherfucker? Maybe you put in this much effort is the reason we see less of you streaming. Brother, I really have to stream more. I am mad with myself because I am not streaming as much as I want to, and I am not creating as much content as I want to. Then I go and complain that I am not growing as fast as I should, but then I sometimes go 3 days without 3-4 days without uploading a video. Yes, last week it was before I was sick, but then I am not sick anymore and I am not uploading, you know. So I expect to solve that, brother, and just keep at it. But you have to remember, I was going hard for 4 months, brother, with 1 or 2 videos a day. So yes, I was complaining in there that I was not growing because, brother, I busted my ass off. And then you see people with 15 videos with 5K subs. What is this shit, brother? And then you say, well, and that makes me think, well, my content then sucks because if it was good, I should be getting better, right? But people say, no, brother, your content is good. And I'll be honest, I watch my videos and I watch other people's videos, and it's not for downplaying anyone because there are a lot of people with good videos. But brother, my videos are fucking good. My videos are fucking cool. So I don't know what is happening. I hope I can go harder and that YouTube picks up my shit and starts promoting it because I believe I deserve it, brother. I believe I deserve it, and of course you do, because if you are working hard for something, you believe you deserve it. It would be stupid to go at it thinking I don't deserve it. Why would I do it then? I remember when Agatha was given an extra point of power. That was great. My question is if Agatha is on any sort of buff watch list. Nope. So they are happy with Agatha at 14 power. That's why I say they will add bundles that we have to spend real money for to get Series 3 cards to cater towards new player wells. Those bundles where you get a variant, so you buy the bundle and then they give you the variant and you can play the variant without having the card. That is a brilliant move, by the way, to sell more bundles. That is a brilliant move to sell more bundles. All good, brother. Do this at the pace you can and don't overwork or you will get burned out. But we miss you, brother. Consistency is the key to growing. Exactly. And I was being consistent for a long time and then I fall out for a bit, but we are back, brother. You deserve it, brother. Oh, thanks, you Cosmic Beer. You are fucking awesome, my dude. You are fucking awesome. You are entertaining as fuck. The most entertaining Marvel content creator out of everyone. We just need to see more of you, brother. You are right, brother. Sorry for that, but we are going to do it, my dude. I promise, brother. We are going to make this happen, my dude. With there being no MMR reset while ranks continuously reset every season, wouldn't that make the climb harder and harder every season for players that want to hit one ranked goal every season? Oh, we talked about this in the other video, brother, and I think this will result in MMR inflation because every season everyone is climbing more, you know. Your MMR reflects your predicted ability to win at the snap. If you're playing opponents with higher MMR one season than you did the previous season, it's because your results indicate that you are as likely to beat these new foes as you were the last ones. That means your climb should feel roughly equally challenging every season, not more difficult. There's a bit more nuance than that, but it's a broad strokes. I believe the nuance is that everyone, as you are getting more MMR, everyone else is also getting more MMR, so you are always matching against people with similar skill, but that causes inflation, I believe. When will your free card refresh? Is every month the start of a season, a calendar month, or 30 days after you bought your free Series 3 card from the token shop? It refreshes when the new season starts. When I change the cost of a card to 3 costs using Sabu or Mr. Negative, why doesn't Silver Surfer augment it? Cards that cost 3 and 3 cost cards are not identical game terms. The latter refers to cards whose cost is 3, as seen in your collection, while effects in the game can change the energy required to play cards for the former. For example, She-Hulk is a 6 cost card at all times, but she is rarely played for 6 energy. This is good to know because we need to know these mechanics to be able to play our cards accordingly. And this is all the answers that they have given by now. So we are all caught up with the information. We have the stuff with the game announcement, with the roadmap. We have the answers relating to the roadmap. We are all caught up with this stuff.